Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over the trades that we took today inside the Discord, as well as the game plan going into tomorrow. So, when it came to SPY today, this is what we looked like right off of open. So, going into today, I went over this yesterday, the market was neutral since yesterday on the call side. This 10 SMA crossed back below the 50, and I'm not really that surprised. We did see a little bit of a move lower today because we did get this initial negative cross here on the 30-minute, and then we also ended up getting a put cross today. So, when we go back to, if we look at the put side real quick, right off of open, this is where we were. So right off of open, we were all the way down in here. We weren't near the 50, so there was still a chance to pull back to that 50 again. And there was an opportunity to go short, which I missed. I didn't really miss it. I just didn't like the entry point on it. But you can see here, it's simple. 0DT cross is what we were looking for going into today. This is most likely the trade that we were gonna get, because right off open, I mean, the calls ended up just getting destroyed. So most likely there wasn't gonna be a cross happening on the call side. So the puts ended up getting a cross right here, and we did get this big closure above the 50 SMA. I wanted some sort of pullback before getting in this, and unfortunately that wasn't the case. I mean, I know there was definitely a point during this candle where you could have entered, and there wasn't much risk on the table, but I was waiting for that candle closure, and then this next candle ended up opening up, and I was hoping that the next candle was gonna open up green on the actual candle on SPY, not on these contracts, but so this candle would open red, and that's where I would have gotten in, and I just missed the entry point to get in. So I mean, there's definitely an opportunity to take that cross. I just didn't get the entry I wanted, so ended up missing the move. But that was the trade for the day that you would have taken, and that was a big move that it gave. I mean, you probably would have caught like 80 to 100 points. It probably went over 100 points on that 0DT cross on the put side. And then that was really the only trade setup to take. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could have tried some longs at the 50 SMA on the puts, which I just showed you guys that we ended up rejecting from today. You could see we popped right up, and in this 50, that's where you would have exited all of your short, just because that's major resistance here on the put side, and you can see that ended up marking the bottom on these contracts, or the top on these contracts. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what the day was. There really wasn't any other trade to take when it came to SPY. There's still a little bit left in the day, but at this point, I'm always done trading by the last hour of the market. I'm not really interested in taking any other trades when it comes to SPY. So if we go back to the 5-minute here and go to the 0DT, so you can see on the call side there was nothing going on the whole day. Obviously there was no cross because we dumped pretty much the entire day. So this chart is kind of irrelevant. Really wasn't anything to take on the call side. And then, like I said, on the puts, after this cross, there's not another trade that I would take. I mean, yes, we did get a reclaim right here, but with how we were near the 50 SMA on the puts, I wouldn't have taken the reclaim. Just not a trade I'd be taking when we're that close to major resistance on the put side. So not a trade I would take. It's all about knowing where we're at on the 30-minute chart to kind of gauge where we want to be trading the 0DT charts. I always say this: you can't just go around trading the 0DT chart when you don't have that higher time frame confluence, or that higher time frame outlook of where we're actually going and where we're currently at. So right now the market's still neutral, and we're sitting at that key resistance point on the 30-minute going into tomorrow. So with that being said, I know there's news in the morning, so it's kind of up in the air of where we're going to go tomorrow. I can't really give you a sense of direction because, one, we're neutral, so neither side has a trend right now, since neither chart on the 30-minute is crossed. So both charts on the 30-minute that I just went over with you guys are cross negative. So this chart heading below the 50, or the calls went negative yesterday, and that means we're not trending on the call side. Then we go to the puts, 10 SMA is below the 50, we're not trending on the put side. So going into tomorrow and today, we were neutral, and we're just going to be looking for a 0DT cross on either side of the premium tomorrow. Same game plan as today. Unfortunately, just didn't get the entry I wanted on SPY today, and we ended up missing the move. But there's always another day, always another cross that's going to happen, and there's always going to be another good move we're going to catch. So that's what we did when it came to SPY. Nothing. I didn't do anything when it came to SPY, but there was opportunity there if you to take it. Good trade by you, because there was definitely a fat move that came out of that. But when it comes to individual stocks, I am in Tesla at the moment. If I could find it. Let me go over Hood real quick. But Hood, we were up. These are actually the weeklies. But Hood, we were up like 55% today on our swing, which I've been going over. Been telling you guys it's been a really bullish chart. And even though the market was dropping today, Hood ended up ripping a bit. So that was something positive that came out of today. So let me just pull up this Hood chart really quickly. Those are the weeklies. I want the monthlies. So yeah, this is what it looked like. So again, same monthly chart I've been going over with you guys. 10 SMA is going above the 50 here on the monthlies, and this is a daily time frame, so it's a very significant chart, and that's why we've been seeing a move higher over the last couple of days on Hood. We ended up peaking up at around like 55-60% on my position. I'm still holding this. I want a lot higher on Hood. I want to be seeing at least like 70-80% on this. But yeah, I mean, Hood, it's a really good chart, really good setup, and I'm just going to continue to hold this as long as the chart holds this 50. So that's kind of the thesis behind Hood and why I swung it. And that's all we're doing with these swings. It's 10 SMA crossing the 50, stop loss below the 50, and I actually re-entered JD and Hood, or not Hood, and PDD today. One being we got back above the 50 here. It could still go negative, but I'm taking the chance here at regain this major support here on the 50, and I re-entered that, and I re-entered PDD. Same thing kind of that's going on. We're getting back above the 10, the 50 here. So we're going to need to hold this to see the move higher. The risk reward at these levels is through the roof. Again, we're like right around the SMAs, right around that 50. So if we did close below it, it's not really going to be a major loss. And I just like the risk to reward on this swing. So we got PDD, we got Hood, we got Tesla, which I'm going to go over right now. We did hit around 40% on this so far. I'm not sure what the chart actually looks like at the moment. Let's see how this is doing. But no, these are the 435. Are these the right contracts? Yeah, they are. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, okay. Chart pretty much hasn't moved since where we entered it at, but we're just playing this 30-minute cross. This is based on the weekly contract. So, weekly contracts, we use the 30-minute, and then the monthlies, we use the daily time frame. So, I'm going to pull up the monthly contract just so you can see what that looks like. So, on the Octobers, we are trending on the daily, so you can see this chart. Super bullish move that's been happening on Tesla. I mean, 10 SMA went above the 50, and we're in a strong bull trend on it. So when we get that weekly 30-minute cross, that pretty much confirms, okay, we're going to get the maybe the next leg and the continuation of this move higher. We ended up pulling back to this 10 SMA a little bit, and we're pretty much just riding that 10 at this moment. So it's a pretty bullish chart on Tesla. We got that daily cross, and it's continuing to trend higher. But if we go back to the weeklies, I'm going to show you guys why I like this setup so much. It's not just because of that monthly chart, it's also because of the 30-minute here in the other time frame. So on the 30-minute here, 10 SMA went above the 50. I'm going to show you guys the exact entry we got on this. Let me just pull up the Discord real quick. But while that's loading up, when we look at the 1 hour here, 1 hour's crossing, we got the 2 hour cross, bounce out the 50, 4 hour cross, bounce off the 50 just about, and reclaiming that 10. I mean, every single time frame is bullish on Tesla, and now that we're getting that 30-minute cross, I do really favor this for higher. And it was super strong today compared to SPY and QQQ. I mean, SPY ended up tanking. Tesla is like up 4% on the day, I believe. So really, really strong name, even though the market was dumping. So once the market does start to bounce, I mean, this is going to be a really, really strong move. And this is the entry that I took on it. So drag this over here, but this is what the chart originally looked like when I entered. I mean, 10 SMA is going above the 50 here. It looked really good, so we ended up entering this for a swing. Actually, I think I got in a little bit before that. I got on that previous candle. I got in this at 104, so a candle before that. Let me see if I have the screenshot actually, because I thought that was the one I sent, but maybe not. Yeah, okay, so this is what it actually looked like when I entered. So I'm going to drag this over. This is what it looked like. I mean, we broke above the 50, 10's up hard. We're, like I said, breaking above that 50. I was taking the chance that this was going to cross here. I mean, the 10 and the 50 are really close together. 10's up hard, 50's flat. It was pretty much bound to break, so that's why I did end up taking Tesla and why I do really like this going into tomorrow. The chart, really, really nice. I mean, did we just end up making new highs right there? Possibly. I think we did, but yeah, right now I think we're sitting up around 40% on this, and I'm swinging this in tomorrow. I mean, like I said, every single time frame is kind of in sync with one another. Every single time frame is bullish. There's no reason for me to be bearish on Tesla at the moment. As long as this 30-minute chart stays above the 50, I really like it. So that's a new position I did enter today, and it's just something that it's a trade I really like. Like I said, the strength of it, every time frame's bullish, and this is like an A+ setup, I'd say. Since we have the monthlies crossed on the daily, we got every single time frame crossed on the weekly here, except for the 1 hour, which it did break the 50, and it's going to cross in the next hourly close most likely, or the one after that. So, Tesla, it's a really good looking setup. What else did we do today? I think that was about it. I mean, like I said yesterday, I ended up closing SoFi, which is a perfect sell. I mean, there was really no reason, like a specific reason to close it. It was kind of luck on my part of selling this, but I kind of just did favor the bears a little bit on SPY because of the weekly chart going negative. So I'm like, okay, this might drag down the rest of the market. It did drag down SoFi, so that is why I ended up selling it. But it could still trend higher, but I took my loot on that position, was up around like 80-90%, so can't really complain with that. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I got. If you guys enjoyed, drop a sub. If you guys want to learn, join the Discord down below. And yeah, I'm out. Peace.